What's going on, everybody? My name is Hydros, and welcome back to some more My Hero Academia Ultra Impact. And today we're going to be showcasing the brand new Delaware Smash Air Force Deku, who is by far the best unit currently in the game. Not only is he a blue or skill type unit, he is part of the best type team in the game, being the mono blue team, having stuff like the blue Bakugo, the blue Momo, and the blue free-to-play All Might, who he does work well with. Also, if you did miss the All Might showcase, link to it be down in the description down below if you did miss it. But today we're gonna go over Delaware Smash Air Force Deku. So let's go ahead and take a look at what he does first over on the wiki. Link to the wiki be down in the description down below. Also, the wiki shows him at his absolute minimum. So as you actually, increase his potential board, his limit break and stuff, his level as well as his levels on his action skills and his plus ultra and his auto skills do actually raise up along with the percentages. So just keep that in mind, that on the wiki itself it shows him at his absolute minimum when you actually get the character. So just keep that in mind. So his plus ultra is Delaware Smash Air Force. Of course, it does 600% damage to a single enemy and decreases the enemy critical rate by 25% for 3 turns. That right there is what makes him perfect for the blue All Might, because the blue All Might has his plus ultra rely on the enemy being decreased on critical rate. So Air Force Deku does work really well with his plus ultra and the blue All Might. They kind of go hand in hand a little bit with their plus ultra attack. So we have his action skill number 1, which is Delaware Smash. 300% damage to a single enemy, decrease enemy speed by 20% for 3 turns, and has a cooldown of 4 turns. And he actually works a little bit well with himself and also Momo. We'll get to that in a second. His second action skill, which you unlock the second action skill on the first page of the ability board on node 4. Detroit Smash, 300% damage to a single enemy, deal an additional 40% damage if the enemy has a speed debuff. So this is where he is going to actually come in handy with his 2 skills here, and also where Momo is going to come in handy, because Momo, her second action skill, actually also decreases enemy speed as well. So you can kind of alternate between Deku's Delaware Smash and Momo's action skill to decrease the enemy speed, and then once you do that, you can then use the second action skill, Detroit Smash, to get that additional 40% damage with that speed debuff on Momo's action skill, or also Deku's own Delaware Smash. And then his first auto skill is when HP is 50% or more, skills deal an additional 50% damage. So when you're above 50% HP, your action skills are going to be doing an additional 50%, which is also pretty nutty. Momo's action, or Momo's auto skill rather, also increases all blue type power. I think it's by 10 or 15%. It's one of those. But Momo is a blue type buffer unit to the blue type power. So your attack is going to go skyrocketing through the roof with Momo on your team as well. Deku's second actions or auto skill is going to be when HP is 50% or less, you gain evasion for 3 attacks and then increase speed by 40% once only. So his second auto skill is going to be pretty good once you do have that. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with Deku in game. Alright, so we jumped into one of the hard story mode fights against Overhaul. Not the final boss, but we are going to show him off against his Overhaul. So like I said, Momo's second action skill, which is this one right here, does decrease the enemy's speed. So we're going to use her first auto action skill, and then we're going to use Deku's second action skill here, which is this one, going to be his Detroit Smash, which is going to deal an additional 40% damage if the enemy has a speed debuff. So we're going to do that, and then All Might, we're just going to do that as well. So let's go ahead and do all of this. Momo, we're going to get that skill chain increase. Boom, yes, there we go. Deku getting that 15,000 on that Detroit Smash, man. 15k, that's actually pretty good. Definitely comparable to a lot of units, man. Ooh, he did a lot of damage to Momo right there. Either way, so we do have the speed debuff, and we can further decrease his speed as well. Once we get his plus ultra attack, we get to see that beautiful damage as well. So I'm going to use Momo's, the guest Momo's plus ultra, because that does raise plus ultra gauge, and I am going to heal with Momo. I'm not going to let All Might attack too much with his, and we're just going to skip that. Yeah, so that didn't do too much, but still enough to where he's going to live, and we can still see Deku's damage here. I didn't get to see how much damage that one did. I didn't see what his second attack did, but I feel like it was at least 10,000. But okay, here we go. Now we're gonna get that plus ultra attack off. his plus ultra does decrease enemy critical rate, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. Doesn't have any damage buffers or anything like that, so that is what it is. So plus ultra attack, the Delaware Smash, man. Super excited. Deku is fun to use, especially on mono blue if you have Momo. Again, if you have All Might, who is free, 20,000 damage, man. Again, this is a boss. He is purple type. He doesn't have type advantage, but if he did have type advantage, that attack is gonna do a lot more damage as well. So let's just use All Might and Momo's plus ultra attacks. Why not? Just to go ahead and beat up Overhaul just a little bit more, right? So Momo, yes, we already know 11,000. Momo's doing pretty good damage. All Might, he is going to do that increased damage with that critical rate. So that is going to do 14,000, therefore beating Overhaul. So let's go ahead and jump into another fight to see what Deku can do against someone who possibly has type advantage. All right, so we found another boss fight. I don't have any VE tower or any USJ boss fights currently. I will do another video regarding the VE and the USJ with this Deku at some point, but we have this all-for-one fight who is a red type, so we're gonna have massive type advantage over him with these mono blues. So we're gonna get that speed decrease with Momo, then we're gonna use his other one, and then we're just gonna let All Might just kind of take the brunt of it and not attack too much. And then we're going to do that, get that speed decrease. Yes, there we go. And Deku is going to do how much? 22,000 damage, man, with the speed debuff, with Momo's buff and everything like that. Deku is just doing fantastic. All right, so let's just see what his first action skill is going to do. I'll let All Might get an attack, and we'll just get Momo's off as well, just to see what we can do. All right, so that was like 17,000, if I did see that correctly, around 17,000 damage with his Delaware Smash. So that's not too bad either. It's a pretty good stat, even for Deku, without any, buffers to, like, getting an additional 40% damage with speed debuff. Obviously, that's really good, right? So Deku also has type advantage here, so that's going to be really good for him. There is the VE tower, which I believe the second boss is the machine. So the second boss is definitely gonna, you can definitely beat him with Deku because he is a red typing. So Deku could definitely come in handy for that second fight in the VE tower, and especially for the USJ when you're fighting the red stage as well. So that's definitely gonna come in handy. Momo doing quite a bit of damage, still not doing too much. Deku's default damage is pretty much like around 4,000 to 5,000, and that's not too bad either. My Deku is not fully maxed out, just to be aware of that. My Deku's like level 90 and up to, I think, page 6 in his ability board, so he's definitely not maxed out to the fullest, but he is doing quite a bit, and definitely if we did max him out, he would be doing a lot more damage. So let's go ahead and use this plus ultra here against this all-for-one boss, see what we can do. This is obviously gonna finish off the boss as well, so let's see. How much is that gonna do? 44,000 on the critical with the Deku, dude. That is actually pretty good. 44,000. I want to say, man, you could probably get that a little higher, especially if your Deku is fully maxed out, level 100. You're gonna probably do a lot more damage than 44k off a critical hit. So that would probably be roughly around maybe 50, 60, 70,000 after that critical hit. So let's actually take a look at my Deku just to see what he's been doing here. So this Deku is a drop rate increase for the All Might event, so you definitely want to use him if you actually did summon for those, boss tickets and the other drop tickets as well. Roughly his HP and all of his other stats, his HP is around 20k. Again, my ability board is not fully done, and his limit break board isn't fully done either. So this is my ability board. I'm only done with page 6. That's how I got the Awakened Dart. But I have like 3 pages left, so after increasing his ability board to the fullest, I can expect his damage to also increase quite a bit. If we switch to his limit break board, which is where you increase his level cap and stuff like that, the final one is going to be where you increase to level 100, which takes 120. I definitely don't have enough currently saved up, but I did get enough to actually get up to level 90, which I think was this one node here, and then this node is going to give us that little bit of stat boost, which is actually really good. It increases our HP, power, and speed, which you can see 22 goes from 20,000 to 22,000, 4,300 to 4,700, and then our speed increases by 30 as well, which is really good for that stat boost. I would say if you're at least doing the limit break, get up to at least this node here if you can, because that node is going to give you that massive stat buff that you're going to want, and definitely going to give you a little bit more power output as well with the Deku. But again, also Like I said in the beginning of the video, when you do actually increase his potential and his ability board and his limit break board, that damage modifier is actually going to go up. So at level 1, his plus ultra attack is doing a minimum of 600,000 damage, or 600,000, wow, 600% damage to a single enemy. But as you're leveling up his plus ultra and everything, it is going to increase. So currently, I believe the max is 700%. If I'm not mistaken, actually, we can take a look right now, actually, because the Deku banner actually shows him at max stats and max ability. So there we go. Yeah, 700% on that plus ultra attack is going to be his absolute maximum if you max out his limit break and ability board. His HP rocking at 27,000 as well as 5,900, near about 6,000 attack power, and then 429 speed and 10 critical rate. Critical rate doesn't actually fluctuate too much whenever you're dealing with units. It's mainly the 3 other stats, the HP, power, and speed, that do actually fluctuate whenever you're boosting up your character, leveling them up and stuff. Critical rate does kind of stay the same, but as you're leveling up your character, like I mentioned, and ability boosting, that damage percentage modifier is actually going to go up quite a bit. So if we take a look at my Deku, and the wiki for this actually says that it's at around 300% damage whenever his first action skill and his second action skill, they do start off at 300,000%. As you can see, mine is now increased from 300 to 350 and 325, depending on the level that it actually goes to. So again, as you increase the Deku, his power is going to go way up. Let's take him into one more fight, see how we can do, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, we finally took Deku into the very final boss stage of the story mode on hard. We're going to be taking on the final overhaul boss of the 9th chapter. And man, let's see how well Deku does perform, right? We're looking for those big molly-whopping numbers, 142,000 HP on that guy. So, all right, we're going to do that, and then we're going to do that as well with All Might. And then that skill chain is going to be important to get our plus ultra gauge increase. Obviously, we're not going to be able to get the speed debuff too much because of that. Still about 10,000 damage on that hit because, I mean, even without the speed debuff. So the overhaul does have resistance to debuffs currently, so that is going to be quite unfortunate for us to get that extra 40% damage, but then we get to see him kind of at a raw damage output without extra little modifiers, right? So that was about 10,000 as well with him. All Might around 8,900-ish, so that's not really bad at all, especially for this fight specifically because he is going against a purple type, so he has no real type advantage here. So we're gonna do that. I am going to use Bakugo's plus ultra, my friend, and then I'm going to use Deku's here just to kind of get that raw damage output. Kind of compare him to Bakugo because Bakugo, he is also one of the best units in the game. He is also a blue typing, so him and Bakugo, the top tier units in the game because Bakugo is a stacking unit. 15k on Bakugo's plus ultra with no real modifiers or anything like that. So let's see how Deku's plus ultra compares to Bakugo's in just raw output here. So let's see, is it gonna do quite a lot? Bakugo's 15, this one is 26,000 on the critical, man. Again, critical. Oh my god, man. Deku is insane. Definitely makes him the best unit in the game. If you haven't checked out his banner and haven't summoned on him yet, definitely go and summon on the Deku banner. It is absolutely worth it. Wow, he destroyed my All Might, and he's gonna bring in my Bakugo now, so all right, so I definitely need something here from my abilities are not coming back, so we're gonna definitely take some more hits while this goes on. Deku, ooh, okay, gonna take a little bit, not too much. All right, so we are gonna be able to get that speed. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna get Bakugo's AP shot off here, and shaboom. Yes, the skill chains can be quite tricky. I'm also playing on 2x speed, not 3x speed. 10,000 on that. That's not too bad. Bakugo dealing 14k on his AP shot. Oh my god, he's gonna do his plus ultra attack. Who's going away from here today? Please don't be Deku. Oh, it is Deku, isn't it? Okay. Well, there's nothing I really could have done about that, but either way, we're gonna finish this boss fight here with one more little smack taparoo. We'll deal it off with the plus ultra attack. I mean, Deku's output numbers, we did get to see him in quite a bit of different scenarios, whether it be, you know, against type advantage, non-type advantage, whatever have you. Finally beating the overhaul boss, and that's not going to give me my 3 stars yet, only 2, so I have to redo this fight in the future. So I'll do that maybe in another video in the future with like 3-star finishing off this boss fight, but Deku, definitely one of the best units in My Hero Academia Ultra Impact. I do recommend summoning for him if you guys do want this unit. Again, summon for who you want to, but I do recommend summoning for him. He is by far the best unit, and also the fact that Mono Blue is one of the most dominant teams in the game. This Deku is going to be the best one for that team alongside the Bakugo and Momo. This guy is going to do absolute crazy damage. And also, again, because of the free All Might that we have in the game, this Deku paired with him plus Momo, another great team. He has so many good pairing partners for the Mono Blue team that Blue is going to be dominant for quite some time, at least until we have something else that kind of topples off the, the Blue meta, right? So currently, Deku, the best unit in the game. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like down below. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day.